Let's see how you do under pressure.
Okay, today we're gonna be hitting a workout with none other than Chris Bumstead, but we're flipping the script. Usually you guys see him doing the workout, him going through everything that I'm putting together, and you guys never really get to see the why behind things. And so I want to show you guys the depth that we actually go into when we coach a client within standards. So like Chris you're pretty much like client zero. Like you're one of the clients that I work with that we built systems around and that we found we can take what's been successful with you and apply it to business owners, to other athletes, to people who they just want to change their lives and use the gym as a vehicle to do so. First off, Chris, where are you at right now? Like what season of life are you in?
I mean, personal season of life, which you always take into account, is baby's not sleeping great.
Yeah.
So adjusting program and rest time to make sure that's good. In a strength phase right now of an overall functional athletic building phase. So I'm trying to get very strong in the moment, focusing on specific lifts. My shoulder has been kind of fucked up. Both of them a little bit, holding babies like this. But this one was kind of locked up. So you're opening that up, making sure it feels good on upper body day. Pain-wise, that's the main thing I'm going through. So trying to get strong and not fuck up the shoulder.
So this is a great day for this too, because not only has this shoulder issue kind of come out of, I mean, he's always had shoulder problems, but specifically this left shoulder doing what it's doing, it's new. We're of course doing flat press today. So like there's no other exercise that I could think of that would like exacerbate that more. So that being said, we're actively problem solving, which is like, this is one of the most valuable things that you guys can see from a coach's perspective is I'm not just handing him a program. I'm not expecting him to fit into a system. This is built off of his goals, his limitations, and also the key levers that specifically to him will get him a better result. So we already went through a lot of the prehab stuff. We did some scraping on tissues that were tight. We did some resets on tissues with active release technique, with some muscle belly techniques that in layman terms, we're getting things that are too hot to cool down, and we're getting the things that are not hot enough to heat up before we actually go in and see what the body's talking about. So we'll keep going through the warm up and then we'll jump into the workout. Head should be hanging off the front of the table.
So just hold?
Yep, just holding the top for 8. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back down. Jet the chin forward, then back up. 3, 2, 1, back down, back up. Arms back towards your hips more. Yep, and try to open this as much as you can. 8, 7, 6, externally rotate more. Rotate, rotate, especially that right. 3, 2, that's good. So we're now wrapping up his warm-up. We're going through the whole P3 system. We increase proprioception, right? We get the nervous system and all the musculature in a good spot, which is what I was talking about with turning on and turning off muscles. Now we're doing prehab. So all of the muscles that I know are weak based on the assessment that we did, we're now spending extra time doing what's called segmental strengthening. So we're increasing the strength of his neck extensors, the external rotators of the arm, and then also with his arm abducted, he's doing more infraspinatus. Why does all that matter? That's specifically what he needs to get a bigger bench. And that's his goal. He wants a bigger bench. He wants to look good. He wants to have a good physique, and he doesn't want to feel like he's limited. We do the dirty work, figure out the little nitty-gritty things that he needs to do. So we'll finish this up, and then we'll actually get into the fun stuff with the bench and the chin up. Okay, we're going reps for that. Rotate, back down. See, so for Chris, the number one thing that we're gonna do to improve his range of motion on these is we're gonna try to get him little girly arms so that he can actually lift his arms in the future.
Hell yeah.
That's the only thing that we can do.
I've always said my arms are too big.
Without shoving your face into the pad, just push the range. There you go. The non-anatomical fancy way of explaining what's wrong with him is he's like this. Everything's forward, everything's pushing forward, leaning forward, and it's creating issues. So you can see when we ask him to do the opposite, which is rotate and retract, there's even a range discrepancy, right? Forget getting really strong in that range. Getting to that range just with body weight is difficult. So you can see how you can start to piece together like, okay, he gets a shoulder impingement when he presses and he's internally rotated. Okay, imagine if all of this was strong enough to actually support how strong he is here. We're gonna do a technique that teaches the body that new range, And now when he goes and trains, he'll learn that range faster, and then he gets the result faster. So it's all these little, like 1% here, 2% there that all add up. And I can actively feel the range improving. Now back up. And so this is just like a neurological learning thing. These tissues don't even get a chance to go down. To learn the range, so I'm forcing it, and then he gets to contract in that range of motion. Left arm first, out in front of you, push away, rotate, and then you're lifting up away from the ground as far as you can while pushing out to create more space in the capsule. Down, and then you'll reverse it. And now you can begin rotating, 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 rotating. Push it away, push it away, push it away. There you go. Keep reaching for me, reaching for me. You're creating space the whole time. So part of the reason for you too, why you'll get these shoulder impingement things, there's like a tightness around the muscle, but then there's also just what's the relationship of the head of your humerus into the actual like joint space. If you look at like the space that everything has to move, it's very perfectly designed. So you throw one thing off and then something's tight and then it has to pop over something else. So the clicking and the popping, that's part of it for sure. And think about your low back cramping too, because you're trying to pull. Yeah, and just max range on this. Yep. Let's go a chin up in between. Let's go 4 reps. 3, 2, pull extension, boom. 2, and go. We're jumping into his main movements. We've got a flat biochromial grip, flat press, and then a mid-neutral chin up. And you can see he's supersetting 2 opposing movements. He's doing that because it allows a ton of rest for, let's say, his press. He ends up getting like 4 minutes rest, almost 5 minutes rest before he hits a set because he does something in between. So very intended. And then also when you contract opposite muscles, they actually help each other recruit better. So again, one of those little like 1% here, 2% there, I'm making sure that he can lift as much load as possible because for him, load is going to be the main driver of what we're trying to do here. We prepped the body for exactly what he's doing because these movements are going to help him progress towards his goal. And now we're even optimizing with the small setups. And he's following a set of 10 and then he's got 4 sets of 6 after. So it'll be fun. 2, 1, dead stop punch. 3, 2. Yep. So technically, we're supposed to today do 5 sets. 1 set of 10, 4 sets of 6. This is its own workout. Like we're gonna see how it ebbs and flows. We'll do your set of 10 after your first set of 6. If you're like, this feels okay, the weight's moving okay, then we'll see how far we can get with the volume. Maybe you're right, like maybe it's just your nervous system needs more time to warm up. Or shit the bed. It's like, yeah, we're doing 3 sets of 6 today and then we're moving on and like, we'll just see what happens. Can only do whatever the body's willing to give. 3, 2, 1, dead stop, go. 3. But you were saying as long as I keep everything where it's supposed to be, we're in good standings.
Yeah. That's why the dumbbell felt way better. Because way easier for me
to like that.
I'm almost pushing down, like into the bench with the dumbbells. Yeah. Whereas with the bench, my whole life I've just like, you know, so learning that difference of squeezing my back, I probably could have benched the same amount of weight with my feet off the ground.
How many reps?
6, 5 to 6. 3, 2, 1, right back up, boom. 3, 2, 1, and back up. 3, 2, 1, and go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 3, 2, 1 more. I will say your overhead range is like awesome. And then also like your actual chin up range in general is good.
That's what I don't understand. I have these random good ranges, but then they're like, I don't know, maybe I can just cheat them because I can arch.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a lot different than that.
Yeah. I mean, think about it though, like if someone was a pro tennis player and then you told them to go play basketball, Like they might look wildly uncoordinated in basketball, but they're like a tennis pro. Yes, it's all the gym, but like you've done certain movement patterns and things and habits for a very long time. And so like you're of course gonna have all these little small holes to fill, but they're getting smaller. They're getting smaller, which is good. I'm curious what your 275 set looked like, tempo wise and everything else. And we went by acromial. It's either gonna feel like the same load, it's gonna feel like a lighter load, or it's gonna feel like a heavier load. And based on that, that'll kind of determine the direction of the workout. So this is the other thing from a coaching perspective. A program is always written in pencil at standard, because the Chris that came in on assessment day, the Chris that comes in today, and the Chris that comes in tomorrow, they're all completely different. Like that's true with an athlete who this is their job. It's really true with someone who's running a business, has a family, has good sleep, has bad sleep, has random stressors and things. You have to be able to evolve the program. And that's something that like it takes 10,000 perfect hours to have that coach's eye to do it. We teach that, we do that with all of our coaches in standard. But that being said, we're gonna see off of this knowing what he should be able to hit and what he should be feeling. I'll make a judgment call off of that. How should the rest of the workout go? Whether we go remedial, whether we increase volume, change the intensity, all of that is to get him actually to his goal faster. So we'll see how it goes.
Might be a similar answer, but I was gonna ask, how do you balance like allowing flexibility for life,
Yeah.
but also like keeping your clients on track?
What's the priority? And then I get to be the one who looks the client in the face and goes like, buddy, you're like not having self-control. Like I know you want to go eat that and do that, but like you told me this and you're trusting me to make the decisions for you. I honestly think that's the only way that it works, is the client explains what they want ahead of time, and then we make sure that they have a perfect plan. And sometimes that means the client comes and they go, I'm going on vacation, I'm still gonna eat my chicken and my steak and my this, and we go, no, like you need this based on your goal. Just go chill, like hang with the wife, have a couple drinks, do your thing. Two people working together towards the same goal and having a trusting relationship. It's very scenario dependent, but it's not something we're unfamiliar with. 2, 1, pause and boom. Good, 3, 2, 1, pause and boom. You get that pause though. Pause, boom. Last one, stay tight. And go. Good. That looks exponentially better.
That's what I say to you sometimes when you talk about like warm-ups. My body takes so long to like wake up. Like I remember even when I was like in shape bodybuilding wise, I would warm up with say like 120s dumbbells, and I'd like feel like I'm failing at 6, and I'd go up to 140s and get 6, you know?
Part of that though is like separate from conditioned work capacity, whatever, you're really strong. So your nervous system, it's like a bigger engine. Like it takes a bigger engine longer to warm up than it does like a little lawnmower engine. So like that's, a little bit of that is specific to you. That's like, hey, like we just know Chris needs extra warm-up sets. And some of it also is because of the work that you've put in, you've like earned having to do extra warm-up sets. 3, 2, beautiful range, that was really good. 3, 2, 1, and go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Hey, that's good. Okay, that was 6.
Did I make it?
You made it. You made it. The reason I'm such a stickler on that too with the range of motion, the shortened position, right? This is long, this is short. The shortened position is weakest. For him, if he only ever did chin-ups to here and he didn't pull everything back and down, we are not spending time in the weakest range and we're making it weaker. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, creates more of an imbalance. More of an imbalance that allows something to overpower the other things. That's how he becomes like this, is he's not training the right ranges and getting strong there. Very simple. If he's weak there and it's the opposite of what's happening, right? We don't want this, we want this. We just need to make sure he spends time there. So if he has a rep where he misses it, doesn't count, set's done. But those were all perfect, so they looked really, really good. What? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, dead stop and go. 2, 1, dead stop and go. Good. So now you're getting more familiar with the feet. Just make sure that you're still like trying to cramp the back and squish the lat. I want to get as much volume as possible. Like strength training is just learning. So it'd be like you going and learning a new language, and it's like, okay, say hola. You say it once, and it's like, okay, see you later. Like, remember that a week from now. As opposed to like, okay, we're gonna say hola 100 times today so that you never forget it.
Yeah.
You're getting exposed to a load and a stimulus multiple times over, as opposed to one time just trashing every fiber. Like, so the micro loading's good because I'm getting just a little bit more, but we're not making you drop off. So like honestly right now it's like, yeah, I think we're getting our 4 sets of 6. Like this is actually really, really good. But with the chin up, we're not going any higher in load because you're riding like the red zone right now. Like you might drop off, you might not, but we'll see how many more reps of hola we can get before you just start slurring. Well, looks good right now. 3, 2, 1, and go. 3. Oh, a little bit more. Here we go. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up. You matched the 5th rep, but the 5th rep was just barely shy.
I cheat with my legs a bit too.
Yeah.
Is this standard approved?
No, this is like straight up Olympic lifter, like small friction plate right on the end. Like he's probably gonna get more reps than he should because I did that for him.
That's true.
You don't have to thank me. You don't have to thank me. Dead stop. Boom. Good. Boom. Lift the chest, lift the chest. Yep. Keep it high, keep it high. There you go. 2 more. Just 1 more. Tight, tight, tight. Hey, beautiful. 3, 2, 1.
I'll slow down.
3, 2, 2. There you go. 3 more. All right, these are the money reps. Over the bar. Think over the bar. Oi! 1 more. Ah, you got it. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Kind of cheat though.
It's a small cheat, but it wasn't that bad. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Just 1 more, and then dump them. Very good, dump them. We're just looking for 8 3 seconds out. This is gonna feel pretty damn light, but just get a really, really good range. Go. Yep. And then 3, 2, 1. 3.
Oh wow, that feels way better where I need it though.
3, 1. 3, 2, 1. Do 2 more. Still get that full range. Hit 1 more. Yep. That's good. All right, here we go. Good. Still get full extension. Don't rush out of the top. Boom, then down. If you had 95s, I would say let's do the 95s for the sets of 7. 100, I think you're gonna get not clean reps before we actually even get to coax a drop off. I'd prefer you're like obsessed over not doing this in the top, but boom, and then all the way back down, feeling the elbows drive down.
I feel like the 90 would be the right way.
So let's go 90.
Is the intensity spread specific to the person or the program or both? Like if it's strength-based, there's specific intensity
Everything's specific to the person. And then within that, a program will have like the things that are needed. So you are trying to get stronger, and this is a strength phase. That being said, like over the weeks, we start from in the A series doing that like 20 to 30% intensity spread, and then it drops down, drops down, drops down. And then the B series differs because where you're at, we still need multiple reps of like a fatiguing stimulus, which is why it's like constant load, drop off, drop off, drop off. You're advanced enough to where you can do that. And make sure you feel your shoulder blades open up at the end and then feel them pull back and down. Yeah, there you go. There you go. This is where people who get into a single system make a mistake. Like the strength training side is like, his back's weak? Okay, have him do a bunch of deadlifts and rack pulls, and it's like, okay. The other side is the physio, where it's like, he can't do a chin-up, he can't even do that. He has to just lay on the table and do this for 12 weeks. You need a little bit of this, you need a little bit of that, and then also we're doing the deadlift, but it's all specific to where you're at. Like there's not one system that's gonna fix it. Everyone has their valuable piece that has to be pulled. 2, 1, boom, dunzo, 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 dunzo. Very good. Okay, so now we're officially in the B series. He's doing a face pull with a 1 1/4 at the top. So like I was kind of hinting at, this is, and Chris said it himself, this is the exact range that he feels like he's limited in. Very intended. There's, God, there's millions of exercises probably. There's some that are very dumb and some that are awesome. The way that I view it is there's some that are really specific for the job. So this is very niche with the quarter, with him laying down, with it being on a high pulley, but it's perfect for what we're trying to fix with him. And then it's paired with that overhead press, just a big bang for your buck, like meats and potatoes movement. And we're loading it specifically for being in the B series and for what I know he needs. We were just talking about whether Chris loads because of he's newer to the strength training because he's been doing all the hypertrophy stuff in the past. Is it because of the program? It's all the above. All this is like, I could do an hour talk on why all these little things were decided on, but just trust me, when we write programs, everything is intended for the person in front of us. Make it sticky. There you go. Drive the elbows towards the ground, last one. Yep, and control 3, 2, 1, good. Okay, so Chris is going and getting essential amino acids. This is like a big deal for me. I've seen it like clinically, I've seen it research-wise, and I've seen it with a ton of other coaches who push essential amino acid use in their training. You will get exponentially better results. I will die on that hill. I've seen it. There's this method and theory that Milo Sarcev actually coined, the hyperemia method. And it's this idea that when you're training, you get, Lord knows how many more multiples of volume of blood into a working muscle. So like Chris is training his chest and his back, there is a crap ton of blood going to those muscles. What does blood do? It carries nutrients. So you can hack that and you can put the specific nutrients that you want that's going to be anabolic and anti-catabolic, so pro-muscle building and anti-muscle breakdown. You can put that in the bloodstream and it can immediately start addressing the tissues that are being trained. Essential amino acids are broken down protein. It's pre-digested. So you drink it, goes right to the working muscle, and you start to get that signaling, and you get an uptick of the amount of blood and push of that signaling to the working muscle. I've seen it. Not only do you gain muscle faster, you lose less muscle when you're in a deficit. It helps as well with like work capacity and everything else because it can help shunt lactic acid and phosphate and make it to where you have more drive. Essential amino acids are amazing. If it didn't affect his gut, I'd have him doing like 30 grams of essential aminos during the workout, but his gut is a little touch and go, so we'll see what flavor he does and how much he actually scoops in there. But this is a big deal that he's doing the essential amino acids. This is a good thing.
I've noticed that very clearly in this season.
Yeah.
My body dumps all fluids when I'm stressed.
Oh, yeah, it does. All right, we're looking for 7. Good. 2, 1, and go. 3, 2, beautiful. You're surprising me, man. We're looking really good. Last one here. 3, 2. Last one. Yep, all the way. 3, 2, bingo. Yep.
Those got easier.
That's good.
The last 2 felt the same, but from the first one, like once I accessed that range,
Yeah.
it was easier to get there again.
That's good. And that's a testament to how much progress you can make. Like if that was a movement that you knew how to do, you didn't have a strength discrepancy, you would not experience that as much because you're immediately recruiting like maximal motor units, muscle fibers. There's not a lot of learning going on. But that, again, like that's exactly what we're trying to improve. It's all so new that it's like, oh shoot, I've never done this before. Like, okay, I'm getting it. Like the more reps we give it, it'll learn. Here we go, last set of 7. 3. 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. There you go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 3, 2, 1, and go. That's 7, but let's see if we can squeak 1 or 2 more. Let's go. 8, 3, 2, 1. We'll cap it at 9. 3. Good. That's good. For you to hit a set of 7 and then drop off. Like if we wanted to bet that you were not going to get all 4 sets of 7, hundreds would be perfect. So next week, that's what I would do, is I would do whatever warm-ups you need to start with the hundreds, be super strict on the form, on the tempo, on everything, and then just see how many reps you can get. And that'll give you 2 more weeks. So maybe you get all 4 sets of 7. If not, you have 2 weeks to try to get all 4 sets of 7, which is fun. Like that's a fun mental game. Like just haunts you until next week, like if you're gonna get it or not. Okay, we just finished up the B series, moving on to the C series. It's just a little bit of external rotation work specific to Chris though. We're working the lengthened range of motion. We've already done shortened, we've already done big movement, small movement. Now we're going even smaller and dynamic so that he's well-rounded, right? He wants to be athletic, he wants to feel good, he wants to have hypertrophy. This is a very specific movement. Again, just like the A and the B series, specific movement for him that's gonna get him to where he wants to go. So check it out. Muscle snatch. So the upper body doesn't move at all. You're pronated. And it's high pull, roll, and then 2 seconds back down. Good, but fast.
Fast?
You're whipping. Boom, and then 2, 1. 2, 1. And keep this cinched down. There you go. 4, try to get your elbows higher. 3, 2, good. So with Chris doing that, we trained the shortened position, we did it in a small movement, we did it in a big movement, we did it in the chin up. Now he's doing something dynamic. So he's working the lengthened position of that external rotation, but he's doing it in a movement that is gonna carry over athletically. So we could have him do like a 1 1/4 in the bottom external rotation or something to work every single range of motion that we're trying to train in the shoulder to fix it. Or we could have our cake, eat it too, and get ice cream on the way home. I love that. And also improve his athletic ability aside from just strengthening little things. Good. There's people who are too conservative and there's people who overshoot it. That exact thing and like the specificity of what should we train in, why should we train? That's exactly why like 3-4 years ago, we didn't do any sort of online coaching. I felt like it was impossible to get the result that I wanted if it was online. But because of how we've built the systems, how we have the assessment, how we have the video reviews and the calls and all the touch points, we've built a system that can take someone that would have all those wild discrepancies and boil it down to something that's predictable. So like part of that comes from intelligent programming. In person, I would maybe program a dumbbell muscle snatch because I'm going to watch it happen. Online, if I know, okay, there's a shoulder issue, there's that, then maybe we're doing the dumbbell external rotation because I know that's perfect for online, and then we can work towards that. So it's all the same decision making based off of the variables that we have. What Chris knows that a lot of you don't know is we have our neurotransmitter test. Like it tests 4 main neurotransmitters: dopamine, acetylcholine, serotonin, and GABA. And based on that, there's training variables that we'd manipulate that we know will get you a better result because we know your brain chemistry. But on top of that, like what Chris is saying, there are personality traits that stand true based on the result of the test. So like if someone's very dopamine dominant, they're probably going to be risking things. They're probably going to be pushing. They're going to need more novelty. So as a coach, we can make decisions, whether it's in our wording, in the way that we progress them with load, change the programs, to coax the best result and set them up to be more likely to get the result. Whereas if it was a different profile, it's different. This is also why we have the internal coaching education that we do. Like, we pull a lot of psychology stuff from, like, one of my favorites is Gretchen Rubin, who has a very clear framework of, these are the 4 personality traits that someone would have. This is how you talk to this person. This is how you do it to this person. This is this, this is this. We just apply it to strength training. So we know, like, Chris, he might be too conservative. So I need to make sure that I'm instilling confidence into him. I'm explaining why I'm making the decisions that I'm making so that he can trust me and do the right thing. Whereas someone else, it might be the opposite. But yeah, like, it's the personality pieces are a really big part of it as well. It's coaching the whole person. It's the entire person. All right, so we just wrapped up Chris's workout. You guys will end up seeing, but he did his C series, which was a dumbbell muscle snatch. Talked a little bit about why we're doing a dynamic range of motion, how it helps with athleticism, but it's the exact same thing. We're trying to fix his shoulder, we're trying to keep his hypertrophy and make it to where a year from now, 2 years from now, he's not being held back by his body as much. So again, everything extremely intentional. I hope that you guys see how legitimately, like I try to explain to clients who come in and people who ask questions, whether it's in the school community, on the weekly calls that we do, if it's through the app or whatever it is, we mean what we say when it really depends on the person that's in front of us. If you want the best result and you came to me and you said, Justin, I have this problem, this problem, this problem, and I have this goal, what should I do? I need to know exactly who I'm working with. That's why we do coaching. That's why we have the community and everything that we do. Is there's a level of result that people don't even know exists that lies on the other side of just getting into the weeds and getting really specific and doing the stuff that oftentimes you don't want to do. That's what one last thought I have here is Chris, you could even see for him, he's wanting to know when he can get into these different styles of training because some of this is not enjoyable. But at the end of the day, he wants to achieve a certain goal. And so that's my role as the coach, is to help push him in a direction towards achieving the goal, not just doing the things that are attractive. And sure, for him, it's he wants to train a different way, and other people, it's they want to go out and have drinks and whatever. So very different, but also very similar. The timeline that people go through of realizing they need more, diving in, finally working with us, it happens all the time. But hope you guys enjoyed the workout. And hope that you guys get to see more of this too. We're going to be pushing out a lot more of these kind of behind the scenes workouts and assessments so that you can actually understand what makes it different and why people like Chris and the pro athletes and the business owners come to us. And I want to give you guys access to that. So really excited for that, and hope you guys enjoy the gains. If you're someone who's trying to change your body in pain and you're tired of spinning your wheels, here's what to do next. Hit the link below to join our school community, get direct access to our coaches, weekly live calls with myself, calls with Chris Bumstead, and a custom 30-day plan so that you know exactly what to do in the gym and how to progress forward. And if you want full online coaching, there's a short application on that page as well. Fill it out, and we'll see if you're actually ready to work with the most result-producing, life-transformative online coaching system on the market. See you guys in there, and God bless.